This news update is brought to you by
Grab somebody and tell them hello. Your happiness will be connect to flow. Smile and cheer because that is we flow. Grab somebody and tell them hello. With your hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air. This is how we flow, yeah. Grab somebody and tell them this is how we flow.
It's Thursday, August the 20th, 2015, and this is your Barbados Today morning news update. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. We begin with news that the St. Lucie-based Arawak Cement Company Limited is to make 20% of its staff redundant from October 23rd, casualties of a comprehensive restructuring program. The company announced yesterday that it was forced to send home 40 employees in order to save the plant from going under. But Acting General Secretary of the National Union of Public Workers, Rosalind Smith, told Barbados Today her union and the Barbados Workers Union will hold a joint meeting with the management next week on the matter.
To confirm that we have received correspondence from the Arawak Cement plant regarding the downsizing of the plant, and we haven't, they wrote requested that joint meeting between NPW and PW sometime next week, and we will be meeting with our workers prior to this meeting so that we can see what are the advantages and the disadvantages.
General Manager of the company, Rupert Green, has blamed the high cost of energy and labor as the two largest components affecting the company. Green said the plant's visibility was at risk unless the current mode of operation was significantly transformed. The ZR culture of lawlessness and recklessness among public service vehicle operators is slowly being eroded and is being replaced by discipline. And that's according to the chairman of the Association of Owners of Public Transport, Roy Raphael. Raphael tells Barbados Today that people have been stepping forward and reporting misconduct by ZR and minibus drivers through the recently formed joint committee that comprises the various stakeholder bodies.
What we want to do is to encourage the public to continue to report these to us what they've seen on our nation road, the driving practices of these vehicles and so on, and their conduct, so that we ourselves can investigate it and we can be able to call in the owners on our own and have a discussion with them. But I'm generally satisfied since the establishment of the PSV, the Joint Committee of the Public Service Vehicle Owners Association, which I mentioned of the four entities. I'm generally satisfied that we have seen a reduction in the behavior and the attitude of some public service vehicle operators, and we want to thank the public for really coming out again and inform upon them so that we can take the necessary action.
Evelyn Walcott, better known as Granny, whose food outlet at Oyston's Christchurch became a cultural landmark, was laid to rest yesterday. It is said that while she never sat in any of the classrooms at the Christchurch Foundation School, she was embraced by past and present students as a member of that illustrious fraternity. For 25 years, Evelyn Granny Walcott ran the canteen at the school, provided support to teachers and students, and acted as a guardian angel to the thousands who passed through that learning institution. And yesterday, Prime Minister Frandon Stewart, a Christchurch Foundation Old Scholar, headed a list of outstanding former students who gathered in their numbers at the Christchurch Parish Church to bid farewell to Walcott.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow Barbados, my babe. Got to understand, yeah. My Barbados, my babe. Ain't nothing like a cool bank spare. None of them others just can't compare. You just got to love that taste. It's the world-class thing this land makes. Whether I'm cruising or at a bar, whether I'm at home, my bank spare is never far. For this blessing, got to give God thanks. My Barbados, my banks.
Now to the big story on the regional front. The Atlantic hurricane season is in its third month as Tropical Storm Danny hurtles towers the Lesser Antilles. A leading insurance provider is urging the St. Lucians not to be only prepared but also insure their properties.
Passenger airline Liat issued notice on Wednesday, August 19th, of the possibility of a region-wide shutdown due to the impending passage of a now tropical storm Danny. Still hundreds of kilometers out in the eastern Atlantic, the weather system is forecast to develop into a hurricane by Friday, August 21st, and is on a current trajectory towards the Lesser Antilles. United Insurance has taken an initiative to sensitize the public on the importance of protecting property as well as assets against natural disasters.
First of all, to insure your property. That's the most important one. Make sure your property is insured, St. Lucia. Secondly, if you do have insurance, review your insurance policy and remember to ensure that your insurance coverage is adequate and that any additional contents or any additional upgrades to your property are included in your insurance, and that the value of your insurance is accurately reflected.
In Trinidad now, the Council for Responsible Political Behavior says the United National Congress No Rowley campaign has breached the Code of Ethical Political Conduct. Chairman Dr. Vishnu Raghunath says that People's National Movement Dr. Keith Rowley was also in breach of the code, as well as PNM member Fitzgerald Hines. He says Rowley's statement that the government had hired their friends to kill him had breached the code, and Hines' speech at a political meeting in Morvant contained language which could incite violence. Trinidad and Tobago is in general election mode as over 100 candidates seek to pull out all the stops for a chance to enter Parliament at the September 7th poll. On the international scene, U.S. diplomats have warned China to stop using covert law enforcement agents on U.S. soil to pressure Chinese citizens into returning home to face justice, often on corruption charges. We pick up the rest of the story in the CNN report.
U.S. officials made clear China posting foreign law enforcement agents on U.S. soil is prohibited and criminal.
Foreign law enforcement agents are not permitted to operate within the United States without prior notification to the Attorney General. And it's a criminal offense, actually, under U.S. law.
As first reported by the New York Times, the Chinese government has deployed spies inside the U.S. to influence Chinese nationals to return home and face justice. Hundreds of senior officials have already been arrested and charged inside China, right up to the highest level of the Chinese leadership. And though many have fled to countries like the U.S. with their families and their money, China's broad anti-corruption drive is now extending the hunt to U.S. soil.
The Chinese government, Chinese intelligence has been at this for years. They primarily use commercial cover. They use students here. They've been spying on the United States for decades. They're very good at it.
And finally, U.S. Republican presidential frontrunner Donald Trump says the controversy surrounding Hillary Clinton's email use is devastating, and that it's not surprising that he came within 6 points of the Democrat in recent CNN ORC poll. Trump is predicting his campaign will do very well and says he also beats Clinton on their records, reiterating that he came out against the Iraq War in 2004. And that's where we end our Barbados Today morning news update. However, you can join us again this afternoon. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper and email updates, or like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also tune into Channel 101 on Lime TV and Mix 96.9 FM to get all the latest news and sports. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic day.